Out
So,
of all the archaeological anomalies, which one stands out the most in your eyes?
the Great Pyramid, hands down. There's no
Yeah,
competition.
have to agree. Have to
Yeah.
agree. I mean, we went over it,
Now,
but that
obviously,
structure is such a big fucking question mark.
yeah, obviously, there's other really, really cool, crazy things out there, like the Luxor statues in Egypt, where like it's perfectly symmetrical all around the face of the statue. That's in granite, and talk with anybody who actually works with granite on a level to where you have to create something like that, and they'll be like, what, like how, they don't understand. And people, I made a really boasting, not boasting, I made a really out there comment in one of my videos. It's the one talking about the big boxes in the Serapeum, the granite boxes.
Right.
And at the end of that video, I was like, we cannot create this with our modern day technology. People didn't take kindly to that. People don't like being talked down to. I believe that. I don't believe we could recreate those boxes, and here's how. Sure, we could probably, maybe, cut granite to look like that. Maybe. It has never been done yet. So I can't say that we have. That's the other thing that these people don't understand, is that has never been done. But the problem is let's say you have somebody who can create anything, and you put a vehicle in front of them, and you go, I want you to recreate this exactly as you see it. And they, okay. So they build it exactly as they see it. But the problem is you never gave them the key to show them it could turn on.
Hmm.
So they created a replica, but they didn't create anything that has an actual function and purpose. And I believe that the reason why these objects are so precise, with such a level of precision, is because they had to be. There was a functional reason for it being that precise. Like, art comes after technological precision. Like, for an example, it wasn't until we had the ability to create all of these precision, like cogs and everything that we do in our machines, until somebody took that and created art from it. Does that make sense?
Not right yet, no.
Not right. Okay. How can I explain this further then?
What do you mean art, like the granite boxes?
Yeah, I don't believe them to be just artistic renditions of something to bury something in. I
Hmm.
think I believe there to be a functioning purpose for them. Because if you've been in them, and I've never been, so I'm speaking from ignorance. This is based off what other people say. When you sit inside of a box and like give out a humming sound like a huh or it reverberates. There's a vibrational state in many of these boxes, and even in the Great Pyramid itself. I'm sure when you were inside the Great Pyramid, just talking, you could hear your voice echoing throughout this whole thing. The acoustics of many of these objects are through the roof, and we don't exactly understand what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, with my car analogy, if that made any sense, it's probably not the best analogy to use, but this guy can recreate visually everything they see from the actual vehicle here as a complete perfect copy,
But not functionally.
but he doesn't know the function of it. So all he's doing is recreating it. So how could we possibly say that we 100% can recreate anything from the ancient world if we don't even understand the technology to create it?
Mm-hmm.
What was the technology that created it? Well, they say it was copper chisels. I don't believe you.
It takes a long fucking while to do that. And there's so
Yeah,
much
and
precision carved granite in Egypt that, I mean, it is possible, I guess, but over lifetimes, and you need so much people to do it. And that seems a little bit out there too, to be
yeah, and
as a
that's just from
theory.
what we've found. Who knows how
I'm
much more is under the sand?
Man, that's what I've been thinking. Like this lidar technology flying over the Guatemala and countries over the Amazon. Have they done that yet over the Sahara?
They have in some places, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I don't know if they found any. I don't know if they found anything yet. Um, but I don't know off the top of my head. I have to go back and look at that. We have been doing that in South America. I think the problem is funding and location. The
Hmm.
Sahara Desert is not a fun place to be.
Nope.
Let's put it that way. 127 degrees on average in midday. That is pretty insane.
Yeah.
Pretty nuts.
to the point where you can just fry an egg on a car. You know.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter how high in the air you go. At some point, it's always hot.
Exactly. Real quick, we were talking a little while back about the Amazon. Now with the deforestation, there's a lot of, I think they're called geoglyphs coming out, and when I think his name is Francisco Orellana in like 1520 something, he went down the Amazon River, and he was noting in his journal that there were these massive cities with thousands of people and a living infrastructure and trade going on in these huge cities. Yeah, it goes to think that life in the Amazon is not primitive and is not just basic as we think it is, because it just got decimated by smallpox when the Europeans came over there.
Oh yeah, definitely. And after all those people vanished, the jungle buried everything, so you never really could tell they were there because there's a bunch of leaves all over it. And that's not even that long ago. You know, in a geological sense of time.
No, it's pretty recent.
You had no idea that existed until Boosh. We had the capability of finding it, because you can't do that by foot. Just figure out all that.
No, you can't even begin by doing it on foot.